Good morning, everybody. Alright, today is Sunday, October 2nd. We are northbound on US 101 in the city of Soledad, California. We're on our way to do a 2-for-1 pickup, basically. It's a very common route we do here at JCT. We've got 2 pickups over here, one in Gonzales and the second pickup in Salinas later on tonight. I don't pick up here until 1800. It's only a little bit after 10, it's about 10:15-ish right now in the morning. However, I wanted to get up here early enough where I could maybe knock out a full 10-hour break before it was time to roll towards Salinas. Then that way I'd have a full clock I can work with to run back. It's gonna be the whole time be going to Lake City, Florida. Same place, obviously, dude. You're gonna run out of time there, and it's your lane ending. You better hurry up. Oh, he's backing off. Good idea. I'm gonna have to back off too myself because I'm not gonna do 60 in a 45 zone. Alright, so got some time off. You know, I took a few days off. One for medical, actually ended up having medical and dental appointments. And then, come on, why do you keep slowing down below my set speed? Then yesterday, I was supposed to go to my niece's wedding. It was up in Primm, Nevada. You know, right at the California state line. But I ran into a problem there so I tried to reserve an SUV because we had like 6 people on my clan. You know, my wife and I, and we got 4 kids in our house. We were all wanted to go, but don't have an SUV and tried to rent one, but none were available. So it's kind of a lost cause there. So then we ended up going to the movie theater at the mall instead and watched that movie, Bullet Train. So Brad Pitt movie. Who else is that in there? You got some of the other. I don't know any. There's one guy. The villain in that movie, I guess I would say, I know his face and I know his name, but I can't think of his name and I can't put it together. So, whatever. There were a couple of cameos there as well by Ryan Reynolds and Sandra Bullock. It's kind of weird seeing them doing cameos, but you know, overall it was kind of an interesting, entertaining movie. You know, the type of movie it was, I kind of expected there to be a bunch of plot twists, and yeah, there were. But it was, yeah, it was entertaining. Yeah, you guys might want to check that one out. It actually got pretty good IMDb ratings as well. I think 7.1 stars on a little over 100,000 votes or something along that line, if I recall. Now, we're not too far away from Gonzales now. We're going to have an exit. Exit, and then I'll kind of peel off underneath, over, I can't remember. It's been a while. I've been to this shipper in Gonzales a few times. Usually I end up coming from Salinas down to Gonzales, though. Or more particularly, I'm usually coming down from the Bay Area. Or from Tracy or somewhere where I come in south on 101 instead of north. I have come up this way, deadhead, from the south before to pick up, well, not at this same shipper. We're going to Taylor Farms. There is another shipper in Gonzales that I've been to. It's right down the street from the one we're going to today. That I deadheaded from, but it's just been a while. Alright, so I noticed something interesting with this truck this morning. So my windshield wipers, I have cause I have two intermittent settings. Yeah, I kind of wonder, like, I'm used to having like several intermittent settings where, you know, I can kind of control how fast or slow it is. This truck, it doesn't give you that option. When I first did it, when I first put it on the first intermittent setting, it seemed like it was going like constant or pretty quickly at intervals. So it's like, and I was like, how do I adjust the? You know, I swore if I had it on that same setting before and it was slower. Well, I ended up figuring out that there's evidently a sensor that it can use to tell it how quickly or constantly to run the wipers if I have it in that particular setting. So if the windshield is dry, it won't even turn. Like, or I'll turn it right now, but then if I can leave it in this setting right now, there's no rain falling or not even any sprinkles or anything like that. So even though it's in the intermittent setting right now, it probably won't turn again. Probably won't sweep again, and for as long as it takes for me to get over to the shipper. But when you start getting a little bit more constant, it starts accelerating to a shorter interval, or even gets to where it's just constantly moving on its own with no intervals at all. It's just, as soon as it's done with one cycle, it's right into a next one. I thought that was interesting. I hadn't seen a truck with that kind of a setup before with the windshield wipers yet. Also, I did have another situation. I was going on westbound on Highway 46. We're going up to the hills east of Paso Robles. I got foggy up there, and I noticed because there was a car that had just passed me up not too long before I got into the fog. That's a nice looking car, Chevy. I don't know anything about classics, but obviously it's a Chevrolet. It says Chevrolet right there on the back end of it. All right, this exit coming up here is going to be where we're going to turn. Or exit, but come on. There we go. All right, anyway, the visibility got down pretty far where I was probably only maybe a couple 100 feet behind that car before it actually disappeared from my view. But there was one point before it re-emerged within my view where this is one of the nice things about the adaptive cruise. You guys know I'm not a fan of adaptive cruise as a whole, but I will say this is a nice feature about it, okay? Which I wasn't aware of before. The adaptive cruise could tell that the car was 5.5 seconds in front of me, even though I could not really see the car, or I could just barely see it. I think if it had been like 6 seconds away, I would not have been able to see the car at all. But at 5.5, it was just barely visible at all. And, and mind you, though, it's 60 miles an hour. It's, let's see, I don't know how many, if I can, 60 times 5280 divided by 3,600. 88 feet per second, so we're about 400, 500 feet behind. It kind of felt like more like it was only at 200 or 300 feet at most, though. Alright, we are... Get my map back up. I know there's like a light or whatever that I'm going to be turning on up here. Same intersection you see me turn on when I've come here in the past. But yeah, I would say it was one of the nice, kind of a nice feature with that, because I could, even if I could not see the car, the adaptive cruise radar was actually able to pick them up. Even though in that particular situation, it wasn't long before. Why is this a 25 zone? It's weird. Yeah, even though it wasn't very long before between when the adaptive crews picked them up and when I could see them, but yeah, it's still, it was actually kind of a nice to have there. Alright, this light coming up here, we're going to turn left. I don't know if you can see the windmill up there. The windmill is right around the corner from where we're going to be picking up. Speaking of the windmill, it is moving super slow. I can see that it's moving, the brake's not set, but it is moving really, really slowly. Alright, left turn right here, where is Chiloco. Might have to go over there and grab a bite to eat or something. Alright, we're going to come right up on the next streets and make a right. May even park on this street, I don't know. Well, I see signs up here, which make me wonder if it's not legal to park, but I might be able to. Yeah, no trucks there. What do these signs say? No parking, no parking, no parking. 35. Alright. So you can't really park on the street here, but they do have a staging area over here. But problem is, last time I came here, the lot was full. Or, you know, there was only like one spot open. Then when I got out of the dock door, there was nowhere for me to park. So, and I still had a little bit of time I had to burn off before I could do anything. I don't know, can't tell. Might be some openings over here, but we'll see how it is. Alright, I see another JCT here, silver Freightliner, just like mine, but probably a JCT spec. 3938 Charlie. Yeah, he doesn't have a deer guard on his truck. Oh yeah, there's plenty of spots here. Alright, that'll work. So I can get a split set up here. Now we'll use this dock door here as bellwether. Yeah. A little bit off there, but let's get over here next to this other guy. Now right now I don't have my reefer unit running because I'm not supposed to pick up here until 1800 at night. So I got quite a bit of time here before I need to worry about turning the reefer unit on and checking in and all that kind of stuff. Alright, so driver check-in will be right over here on the left side. If I recall, I do have restrooms in there, which I'm going to go looking for in a second here. I couldn't remember if they have an outhouse or restrooms, but yeah, I'll go in there and see if, I'm pretty sure they have restrooms. I just can't remember for sure. I thought for some reason I seem to... I want to say last time I was here might have been outhouse, but whatever the case, yeah, especially with what time I got here, I think I'm gonna go check out that little hole-in-the-wall Mexican restaurant, whatever that thing was over there. Let me double check. I assume that's what it was. The enchilada, or no, Chiloco. That's it. Yeah, yeah, it is a restaurant. Okay. So I might have to go for that because I'm pretty sure they're gonna have authentic style, you know, street tacos and all that there. You know how much of a sucker I am for authentic Mexican food. Those are the guys who watch me regularly. My wife made me a snob. What can I say? Alright, anyway. You know, speaking of that, my wife and I were eating sushi last night. And she was telling me about how apparently Americans all eat sushi the wrong way. I guess a lot of people mix the wasabi with, like they put it right on the rolls or whatever and eat it with the roll or whatever. But I guess the proper Japanese way to eat it is to eat it separately. And it got me to thinking too with, tacos, how Americanized a lot of places make them. Putting stuff in them that no Mexican in their right mind would do. Or, just some weird bastardized stuff sometimes. Just people getting creative, mixing stuff with, like, I don't know, we'll just say like pineapples in a taco. It just doesn't go. I'm not saying anything wrong with pineapples. It's just you don't normally see pineapples in Mexican food. Not the ones that I've had, at least. Normally it's like cabbage, queso fresco, which is Mexican cheese, cilantro, pico de gallo, marinated meat of some sort, whatever. It's not incredibly complicated and not the normal stuff. All right, anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and I guess go do what I gotta do, and when I get checked in, when it's time to dock in, we'll go ahead and do some dock in footage for you next. I do want to try to make this video where it's both pickups in the same video, so I'm gonna have to really cut out some of the extra stuff here, okay, with in between here and the, when I leave here and getting over to Salinas. Well, I don't know, we'll see. Alright, so alright, that said, we'll just press on when it's time to dock in. Alright, we'll see you in a second. Alright guys, we're checked in and ready to dock in now. It is 17:15 or so right now. I got dock door 22. I don't know if I've ever seen it this slow here before. Not one single truck or trailer in any of the dock doors. Just myself, got this Guzman trucking guy over here to my right, and then someone in a Volvo over there to my left, several spots down. That's it. Now we're going to creep in here. I do need to open my doors and slide my tandems back, but nobody here, so I'm going to go ahead and line up with my door first and handle all that once I'm squared up. Okay, I do want to creep so I don't mess up my brake. Some good advice for you guys when it comes to backing. When you're doing your setups, I recommend have your whatever speed you steer, make it proportional to how fast you're moving the truck. So if you're moving the truck faster, you need to steer faster. But if you're driving slowly, steer slowly. That'll help your setups be a little bit better here. It's not far off there. I'm gonna get windows open just in case. It wasn't a perfect setup here, but it was, I would say decent. Let's get these tires lined up with that plane. See where we're at now. Looks pretty. Okay. I don't want to be right up against the dock door by the time I'm sliding tandems, because one of the ways the loaders know that you're ready to start loading is they'll hear your trailer brake set from the other side of the dock door. How I know that is when I ran Walmart Dedicated, a lot of times I would, when I was inside the dock myself, I could hear it. Alright, anyway, let's get tandem sled doors open and we'll dock in here. Alright, so this trailer is leaking air with the brakes set. As long as it's not leaking with the brakes released, we're good, but when I hear air constantly leaking when brakes are set, it makes me wonder what's going on there. Alright, tandems are good. We'll get backed up here. Probably get my tandems just a little bit more over this way. Alright. So we're good to go here. I'm at 6 hours and 43 minutes into my sleeper berth period. Alright, so and I only did 2 hours. I did 2 hours and 45-minute break earlier, so I got to do at least 8 hours in sleeper berth here to make it legal. Shouldn't be a problem. A little over an hour and 15 or so. I can always just creep back over to one of the spots over here. If the yard jockeys don't put any more drop trailers in the spots, I mean, I'll have room, but if push comes to shove, I'll probably just go out on the street when I'm done here. But hopefully I'll be done with my break by then where it won't matter. Alright, I did end up eating at that restaurant down there across, at the corner, the one right across the street from the gas station, one that I talked about in the first segment here. Good place. It's kind of small. I did see a complaint or two about the service there on the reviews, but I didn't have any problems at all with the service. All the service was good. The food was good. It was definitely authentic Mexican food. I had chicken tacos like I always do, and it was definitely what I expected it to be. Soft corn tortilla with like marinated meats and usual stuff that you would find in an authentic taco. So I was happy about that, and then had a bottle of Coca-Cola. Now, I did get the impression that the servers there speak better English than they do Spanish. I mean, better Spanish than they do English. So if you know any Spanish at all, it definitely helps, I would say. But now, I speak good enough Spanish where I can communicate with them just fine. I'm not fluent, but I know a pretty good amount of it. So I didn't have any problem at all communicating with them, but just kind of be forewarned, they kind of had more of a natural tendency to speak Spanish to me than they did English. And most bilingual people who serve me usually automatically start speaking English just because they think that I don't speak Spanish, or even if I do, maybe I don't know, they could have their reasons, like maybe I'm just some dumb gringo trying to sound Mexican or something. That's not even what it's about, but yeah, it's just communication here. Alright, so just that said, yeah, if you go there, any lick of Spanish you might know can help. But, they do speak English there to some extent. So, no complaints there. Like I said, I like the food. I just had a la carte tacos, and that's pretty much it. I'm a light eater, so just kind of trying to watch my girlish figure. Alright, anyway. I don't want to drag on, and I'm still wanting to try to condense the Salinas pickup into the same video as this one, so I'm going to shut up here, and then we'll dock out and get out of here. Alright guys, we're all done loading here. I don't know how many pallets I got here. It's 6,634 pounds. These are normally light loads here, by the way. Do they still have the lock installed? I don't know. I'll have to find out. Let me double check. I can't tell. It looks like it might be released. Yeah, look at the ICC bar lock on the back, on the underneath the dock door. Yeah, we're good. Oh, yeah, now my door light's green. Okay, I'm gonna pull forward. Gonna slide tandems to get the doors shut. Yeah, I think it was just some little, yeah, it sometimes does that.
You have 8 hours and 0 minutes of remaining drive time.
Alright guys, we're all set and ready to leave here. Time to head up to the Taylor Farm Salinas truck check-in area. It's a dirt lot over at the corner of Sanborn and Abbott Street. I've done plenty of videos of me picking up from checking in there, parking there and checking in and all that. So we'll just go ahead and since I'm trying to get these both pickups into the same video, I'm just going to go ahead and skip right ahead to where that is. You guys can watch one of my other videos if you need help navigating to there from here. Like I said, it's already, you know, and if need be, you can even ask me for help with locating the videos. But yeah, if you just search my channel for Salinas, or you know, especially if it's the same day that I picked up a load in Gonzales as well, you can also do that. All right, so we'll press on some more when we get over to the check-in. Before I do though, they said I had an 1800 appointment time here. I didn't get out here until 21:20ish. 21:15, 21:20 neighborhood is when I got the bills. It's a little bit long. It wasn't even that many pallets. Looked like it's not even half the trailer is what I got put in there. They put a couple pallets in right away, and then there was a delay, and then they put some more in there, and then a little bit more delay, and then they put a little bit more in there. This guy gonna run out in front of me. Yeah, I knew he was coming. Alright, anyway, here's what it is. Alright, I will see you guys in Salinas. Just keep watching, I'll press on for that. Come on. And should hopefully be able to fit across these tracks. Alright guys, we're on Abbott Street now. We're passing by the 1225 Abbott Street, Taylor Farms location right here to our right. And we're going to go up here to this next light. Right before the light, there'll be a driveway. That'll be the check-in area for Taylor Farms. In fact, because I'm going to be picking up at the Hansen Road location. I should double check that, but yeah, I didn't even look, but I know from experience with picking up at Gonzales, when they come here afterward, it's usually always picking up at Hansen Avenue afterwards. So that light we just that I just passed by when I cut back in is where we yeah, we got a right turn up here. This driveway right here. Alright, yeah, there's, man. Yeah, this is, shut up. This is evidence that produce season is winding down. There weren't that many trucks in, over there at the other location, and there's hardly anybody at this one either, so definitely evidence that we're winding down on produce season. Now, right over here behind this KLM truck are the booths for Hansen Avenue and one of the other locations. Abbott Street, if you're going to be checking in for Abbott Street pickup, go on the other side of this fence over here. And there will be some more booths over there that you check in at. That should be good enough. Okay, might be a few minutes early to check in here. It's 21:46, 21:47, whatever local time. I have a 2200 appointment time, and these guys do tend to tell me don't check in until I'm within like 5 to 15 minutes, whatever my appointment time. So I'll probably just go ahead and hang out here for a few, and around 21:55ish, so it's about 10 minutes from now, or just a little bit less than 10 minutes, I'll go check in, and whenever they call me for a door, we'll continue this there, okay? Alright guys, we are checked in. We got a dock door, so I'm in right away. Doors, he's getting out while I'm right next to, while I'm already in the middle pulling out next to him. I don't like to pull out of door spots when someone's getting in and out of their, or going to be on the side of their truck like that, but I was already moving first before he got out, so he's kind of assuming the risk himself then. Alright, we're going to be docking in door 6. We don't even have to wait for a door at all. I'm on. One thing that is kind of frustrating with these curtains here is because these are insulated curtains. That's one of the Hirschbach specs. JCT curtains aren't insulated like these are. So it's good for cold weather, but not like we spend much time in cold weather in JCT, and they're so bulky that it's a pain in the ass getting them to stay stowed back there. They like to always try to close back up, and it's like, So, I mean, there are trade-offs. I'm sure there's going to be some, some occasions where it's going to be nice, whether it's extreme heat or extreme cold, where my APU I might need my APU to keep me both either warm or cool, whatever. It's all right. No turn on red. Alright, yeah, it's we're gonna be turning right here, but we gotta wait. Easy to remember, right where the pilot truck stop is at. Turn right, but we have to wait for the light to turn green because this is a funky not every side of this intersection is a no turn on red. It's just the eastbourne Sanborn Avenue, basically. Sanborn Road, whatever you want to call it. When you're going toward the 101, that's where you want to watch it. Okay, we're going to make the right over here on Airport, which will be the light up here. Don't have to worry about trains coming there when the gate over there that it goes into is closed. I'm going to swing wide because a lot of times if someone's making a left turn over here, it's hard to make the turn. That guy came out right. I don't know if the light's ever going to turn green, so. Kind of a combination of that and playing guessing games of whether something's going to fly around the corner off the off-ramp there from 101. Alright, we're going to left turn here onto Hansen, and then down by the end of the street, be a left turn into the lot where where we're going to dock in at. Got 2 left turn lanes. Remember to take the outer lane. Speaking of, when I was on home time per se, I did a couple of local loads. One was a delivery to Sam's Club DC or Walmart in Colton, and the other one was a pickup at GT's Living Foods in Vernon. And when I was at Walmart, Sam's Club, whichever, it turned out someone else who was checking in at the same time as me had a right turn accident with somebody else. Let's see, it might be right here in between these 2 guys here. Yeah, right in between these 2 trucks. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a U-turn setup. I'll slide my tandems when I get. There. I'll get my doors open at least. Actually, it looked like our trailer's set up perfectly, so just gotta chase it. A little late chasing it actually. No, we're good here. Yeah, a little bit toward this guy on my right, on my left side, but now we're looking good here. Trying to get. Alright, need to go a little bit more to the right. Gotta get these tandems right on that line over there. Let me get my tandem slid. So I talked earlier about how I can hear air leaking when I set the brakes. I think it's actually more specifically with my my tandem. So it might be the airbag that's part of my tandem slide system. I might need to check it for leaks or check the system for leaks. It was fine just now, and the last 2 times it was fine when I set the trailer brakes, but when I went to pull the plunger for the slide the tandems, I could hear it leaking somewhere Not on the slide valve itself, but somewhere else. Like somewhere further back.
You have 7 hours and 29 minutes of remaining drive time.
Alright, once these guys start loading, it usually doesn't take long at all. I need to put the wheel chock in, and I think pulled my my red glad hand still, but see, this guy doesn't know how to do a U-turn setup. Yeah, this guy was just at the Hansen at the Gonzales location at the same. I was checking out at the same time as him. Alright, anyway, it's U-turn setup, easier to do, but then again, where he's docking in at, kind of see why he'd do it the way he's doing it, so I can't say I blame him there. He looks like he's docking in a door or two. Anyway, we'll go ahead and skip ahead now when we're ready to check out, alright? Alright guys, we're all done loading here. It took a little long though, about 3 hours. It is currently 1:12. It gets slid over this way, so this, the driver in the lane next to me can effectively get his doors closed, and I can do the same. I need to slide my tandems as well. So now he's got room to close his door. He's in the back of his trailer putting his load locks in now. I'm going to do the same thing here. Time to finally get these tandems slid. I need to send my departure and loaded calls too. Come on. Get my tool out. And first I need to put my seal on. Alright guys, ready to roll here. Okay, gonna head south on 101. Load is light enough where I don't need to worry about scaling it. I don't think the guy who checks like BOLs and stuff is even here, so I didn't see anybody else checking out with the guy over here. Usually one of the cars over here, someone's sitting there and they come out and check your paperwork, but I don't see them there, so. Alright, so we're going to head south. This is Abbott Street right here in front of us. Or, yeah, I think this, or no, is it the next one? No, I think it's the next one. Yeah. I always get it mixed up. The light up here, I'm going to turn left. That'll get me southbound on Abbott. And I just take Abbott straight down to where it runs into the 101. Alright, so as I mentioned, I think last time I came out this way and took a load to Lake City, usually a lot of our drivers will end up going down to basically work their way into the LA Basin and take take the 210 freeway and 10 all the way across. And the target DC in Lake City, Florida is right off of I-10, just a few miles east of I-75. I don't normally go that way myself. I will not be going that way this time either. I'm running ahead and far enough ahead of schedule on this load where if I really want to push the pace, I can, and maybe even swap off the load. Alternatively, I can just take my time getting there. It's, you know, between the deadhead miles and the loaded miles, we're talking about 3,000 miles total, or close to it, 2,900, something like that. So it's getting some good miles. With what'll be left on my 70-hour clock, won't be enough to get a decent load. So I'm going to anticipate needing to get into recap hours by the time I get over there anyway. So I don't really care so much if I deliver it myself, and yeah, maybe I get there early or swap off it, whatever. Yeah, I think ideally, yeah, if I could swap off of it and actually run out my 70-hour clock where I have nothing left of it, yeah, that'd be great, but don't need to burn myself out either. I'm not going to try to push the pace when sleep is just here and there kind of thing, and if I want to get some rest, this is a good load for me. I have an opportunity to get rest. Yeah, but I can, and still get the load delivered plenty on time. So it is due on the 7th of October. It's 1600 and yeah, if I remember right. And when I checked earlier, if I had left here around midnight, I was going to have about a 1500 on the 6th ETA. So probably going to be more like 1700 now because of leaving late. So yeah, I'm going to be 23 hours early if I push the pace. I don't like that lane keeping crap. I can't remember if this lane narrows one lane or what up here also. So I'm just going to go ahead and run the same route I did last time I did Salinas to Lake City, which was not a couple weeks ago. Now we'll be go over, take 101 down to 46 in Paso Robles. Take 46 all the way across to Highway 99. Go south on 99 over to, down to Bakersfield. Then get on 58 eastbound from there all the way to Barstow. And and 15 north and I-40 east from right there in Barstow. Take that out to Amarillo, Texas. Then US 287 from Amarillo down to the Fort Worth area. And then work my way through the DFW highway network until I get over onto I-20 east of Dallas. Okay, yeah, it does narrow down here. And as I mentioned last time, there are a couple of different route options that people tend to take once they're on I-20. One of them would be I-49 from Shreveport, Louisiana, down to Lafayette, Louisiana, and then down across I-10. Or the route that I normally take and probably will take again would be I-20 out to Jackson, Mississippi, and then US 49 from Jackson down to Hattiesburg, Mississippi, and then US 98 from there down to Mobile, Alabama. There's trade-offs there. Now, getting down into the Mobile area is the most annoying part of taking that route. But just some reason, I just tend to like going that way. You know, even in spite of the annoyances there. And then, of course, get on 10 from there. Alright, so that's kind of what's in store. We'll see what kind of load surprises we got coming up after I'm empty there. I assume it'll be probably a reload in Umatilla, Florida or something. But we'll see when we get over there. Alright, for now, in the meantime, I'm about to get on 101, and I don't want this video to be too long, so I'm going to go ahead and call this one a night. Again, thanks for hanging out and watching, taking the time to keep up with what's going on and interacting, whatever. We'll see you guys in Florida, right? Unless I swap, but I'll plan on delivering myself otherwise. So, alright, we'll see you guys then. Have a great night.